We're here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, to close out the regular season with a beauty tonight. I'm Jim Houston with Craig Simpson. Up next, the final regular season meeting between the Dallas Stars and the Nashville Predators. We really should see lots of scoring chances in this one.
Neither of these teams sit back and wait for things to happen. They're clubs that initiate. It'll be a battle of speed and finesse.
And which team comes out sharpest? Here's a look at tonight's official.
Jimmy doesn't seem to let the players get away with a lot of hitting.
That's right, but I've also noticed he's a little more lenient on the obstruction calls. All right, now let's get down to center ice for the opening faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Johnson. Moved across, over the line. Leveled.
Lots of contact there.
Guerin into the attacking zone. He gets pushed off the puck. Madano grabbed it. Brings it out. In over the line. Hard one-time shot by Sullivan. Scores! Top shelf!
Oh, let's have another look at that one. Just look how he positions himself for the wrist shot, Jim. What a goal!
A quick goal like that can really take the wind out of your sails.
It definitely makes you sit up and take notice. Was it just a fluke, or is something really wrong out there?
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Right in front. Vokoun made the save. Passed over. In over the line. Checked.
Jim, that's old-time hockey.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets shouldered by Walker. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Hit! Nice hit! Out of their defensive end. Over the line. He gets run over.
Now that was big time.
Brings it out. Erat controls the puck. Guerin moves it ahead. Over the blue line. He gets hit by Sidlichki. Guerin thrashed.
Now that's physical play.
Played up. In over the line. He gets hit by Numanen.
He put him in his place with a strong hit.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Over the line. He gets knocked down.
He laid the hit on him there.
Over the blue line. Advances the puck. In over the line. Hard wrist shot by Johnson. Turco denies him. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Morrow fires it. Stick save by Vokoun. Brings it out. Delayed penalty coming up for Dallas. Shoots the puck. Matvichuk will serve time for hooking. It's pretty obvious he's not happy about this call and he's having a word with the official. Nashville is about to go to work on its first power play of the game. Let's see if they can cash in.
You want to establish a good power play early, even if you don't score it. It builds confidence and keeps momentum going.
Rubbed off the puck by Sidlichki with a one-timer. Stone cold by Vokoun. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets bowled over by Boucher. Moved across. Over the line. Guerin.
A wild shot there.
Out of their defensive end. Coast to coast. Played across. Checked.
A big, clean hit.
Dallas puts its #1 penalty-killing unit out. In front. Pad saved by Vokoun. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets taken out by Barnes. Played up. Brings it out. In over the line. front. Stick save by Turco. Over the line. Wrist shot. Shot blocked by Hamhuis. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets rocked up by Barnes out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Crushed.
No shortage of physical play here.
Nashville is 0 for 1 with the man advantage as the penalty expires. In over the line. Bumped by Johnson. In front. Dallas puts its checking line out.
Hit! That was a great check.
Over the line. Right in front. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hartnell gets smoked. Johansson into the attacking zone. Turco turns the shot aside. In over the line. Pass to the slot. Shove. Vokun freezes the puck. This guy doesn't give shooters much when he goes down, does he?
No, he gets awful big in goal. He can still be beat, but it has to be a perfect shot. That's the challenge against him.
The faceoff goes to the Stars. He gets laid out by Walker.
He really threw him off stride.
Over the line. Crushed.
Full contact.
Over the blue line.
A great deep.
Door slammed shut by Vokun. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Checked. In front. One times it. Goaltender stopped that. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets run over by Hamhuis. Vokun covers up for the whistle. Dave Tippett led the Stars to a division title and a Western Conference best 111 points in his first season behind the bench.
That's right, Jim. And that finish was good for 4th highest point total by a first-year head coach in NHL history.
And out they come with a puck. Over the blue line. Leveled.
You can't hit much harder than that.
Moved over. In over the line. Shoved. Passed over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Blocked. In front. One times it. Oop, post. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Bowled over.
No ducking that one.
Out of their defensive end. In over the line.
Hit. What a hit.
Barnes. Into the attacking zone. Sent flying.
That was a heavy hit.
Brings it out. Over the line. Zubov shoves him. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Saved by Vokun. Shoved.
That's real action.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Checked.
That's what you call a big-time hit.
Across. In over the line. Zidlicki now with the puck. Hartnell grabbed it. Goes behind the net. Shoots it hard. The door is shut by Turco. Over the line. Oliver gets checked. Right in front. Vokun hangs on for the whistle. Sullivan is making the most of his opportunities. Have to give him that.
He's only had one shot on goal, and he scored on it.
Let's see if his teammates will start feeding him the puck. They're getting ready for the faceoff. The Predators get the draw. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets rocked by Boucher. Into the attacking zone. Erat pushes him in front. A lateral pass. Brings it out. In over the line. Right in front. Pat Walker scores top shelf.
The puck came back out, and he was ready and waiting for it.
The first period's not been kind to this squad.
No, so far they haven't been able to find a rhythm. You can see the results.
Knocked over. Hard one-timer by Morrow. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Crashed.
That was a huge check.
Moved ahead by Numanen. Into the attacking zone. A delayed penalty called against Nashville. York has been nailed for hooking. Dallas is about to go on the power play for the first time in this game.
Jim, they've got some good finishers in their lineup, but they like to keep it simple. Point shots with lots of traffic in front.
Predators just dump it in. Over the blue line. Shove. Played up, brings it out. In over the line. Hard wrist shot by leg one. There goes the horn as the period comes to an end. 2-0 the score as we head to the break.
All items can be viewed and bid on at a display beside guest services. All proceeds go to Hockey Fights Cancer.
After an entertaining first period, the teams are back for round number 2. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Dallas wins the face-off. Madano gets pushed. Vokun freezes the puck. The Stars are average when it comes to their power play.
Jim, a lot of games are decided by one goal these days. It's not uncommon for game winners to be scored with the man advantage.
The action's about to start. Face-off won by Turgeon. Center. Centering pass. Rips it. He goes wide. Scores on the power play.
You've got to take advantage of your power play opportunities to be successful. They did just that.
Second period just underway, and they climb to within one.
That'll go a long way to setting the tone for this period.
Passed up to the neutral zone. Over the line. Madano with a slap shot. Vokun made the glove save. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hartnell. Sullivan shoots the puck. Johnson scores.
A loose puck after the initial shot led to that goal. Rebounds like that are lethal to a goalie.
The game is starting to slip away from them.
Just starting, though. Time for these guys to make a stand. And that's going to mean playing better defense.
He gets hit by Hamhuis. Brings it out.
Sullivan and by number 17, Scott Hartnell.
He gets taken out by Corson.
That's how you stand a guy up.
Rink-wide pass. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets shoved by Hamhuis. Carson!
Shot wide, he missed the net.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Nice little move by Erat. Rocked!
He's taken out of the play.
Into the attacking zone.
Hit! That was a tough hit.
Moved ahead. Played up. Offside Stars. The Stars aren't giving their fans much to cheer about.
Playing below 500 in your own rink is not acceptable.
The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. Nashville wins that faceoff. Up through center. Over the line. Saved by Turco. Brings it out. In over the line. A lateral pass. Shoots it hard. Circling the net. Guerin shoots the puck. Hartnell grabbed it. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Laid out.
Great hustle and a great hit.
Passed over. Brings it out. Over the line. Rocked. Moved over. Brings it out. In over the line. Johnson controls the puck. Sullivan grabbed it. Out of their defensive end. Dallas Stars will make a line change. Shove. Brings it out. Nashville's going to make a change here. In front. Played across. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Leveled. Bure. Out of their defensive end. Hard wrist shot by Young. Vokun turned it away. Into the attacking zone. Moved up. Over the line. He gets checked by Medvedchuk. Right in front. Turned away. The Predators have applied tremendous pressure almost from the outset.
And they're winning all the battles for loose pucks. And it's created a lot of chances. The hard work is paying off in the scoreboard.
The faceoff goes to Dallas. Brings it out. In over the line. In front. Volkun slams the door shut. Johansson over the blue line. Thrashed. That rattled him pretty well. Goaltender stopped that. Centered. Right it. He scores!
What a sweet wrist shot right there. He just picked his spot and snapped it home.
Nashville wins that faceoff. He gets roughed up by Numminen. Played over, out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Quick puck movement. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Oliver shoves him. Sullivan in front. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Passed over by Zubov. He gets leveled by Zidlichki. In over the line. The ref indicates a delayed call against Dallas. Saved by Turco. Numminen is going to the box for interference.
There's the contact, and the puck is nowhere in sight.
If he can't focus, he's going to be spending more time sitting on the sidelines. Nashville will get a second chance on the power play here. And the faceoff is won by Johnson. Centered by Zidlichki. Leg save. Hartnell shoots the puck.
This guy's looking sharp tonight. He's got one goal and a few good shots.
He's shown some pretty good energy. Look for him to get more involved. We're ready for the faceoff. Faceoff won by Legwand. Shove. Right in front. Turco got a leg on it. Brings it out. End to end. Cranked him. Legwand. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Shoved. He gets hit by Boucher. Out of their defensive end. Offside, Dallas.
With one goal to his credit, this man is doing what he can to get them the win.
He's proven that he can follow through when an opportunity opens up. And the faceoff is won by Barnes. He knocked him off the puck. Hartnell seems to be having trouble with his foot.
Yeah, not a good sign. This injury could be more serious than it looks.
Brings it out. In over the line. Hit. Taken out. Quick pass up. Brings it out. Over the blue line. One-timer. Turned away. Madano. In front. Delayed penalty coming up for Nashville. Johnson will serve time because he's not happy about that call. The Predators get the draw. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Crushed. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets run over by Eaton. Coughed up by Hamhuis. Right in front. Volkun made the huge save. Passed ahead. Over the blue line. He gets out-muscled by Turgeon. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. In front. Turned away by Volkun. Over the line. Legwand is brought down on the breakaway, and the ref points to center ice. getting ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to Dallas. Murray pushes him up through center. In over the line. Delayed call against Dallas. Shoots the puck. Stick save. Taken out. Numminen is going off for hooking. Nashville will now play 4-on-4.
And that has to come as some relief to their coach. Now, their speed could give them a real advantage in this situation.
Over the blue line. Big save. Out of their defensive end. Johnson has left the box, meaning his team will enjoy a 5-on-4 power play here. Zoltok is going to the box for hooking. You can see that coach isn't too happy about the call. Nashville wins that faceoff. He gets checked by Zubov. He leveled his man there. Into the attacking zone. Madano shoots it. Saved by Volkun. Moved ahead. Mowed down. Over the line. Leveled. Played up. Brings it out. In over the line. Shove. Brings it out. Big hit. Over the blue line. Numminen leaves the box and turns the play from a 4-on-4 into a power play for his team. Zubov denied by Volkun. Intercepted in the slot. Guerin leveled. In front. Hard one-timer by Madano. Hit. Dallas with a tremendous power play putting on the pressure. Shoots quickly. Blocked. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Turned aside by Turco. Brings it out. Over the line. Madano spins his way past.
The defense didn't know which way to turn.
Dallas puts its third line out. Shove. Advances the puck. Brings it out. In over the line. Bure shoots the puck. Volkun gets the stick on it. Over the blue line. Moved across. In front. Stick save. The Predators are one of the hardest working teams in this league.
Hey, whether they're up 9 goals or down 9, they're still relentless on the puck. They never take a shift off.
The ref is signaling for the faceoff. Faceoff won by Zoltok. Takes it behind the net. Orsog scores!
A good wrist shot is hard to stop, and that was a good wrist shot.
Zoltok won the draw. Played back. Shove. Over the line. Advances the puck. Into the attacking zone. Rocked. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets laid out by Johansson. Checked. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Oh, he hit the post. Out of their defensive end. Through center. There goes the horn to end the period. 5-1 is the score as we head to the intermission.
Underprivileged children have been given the opportunity to see their heroes live from our Tickets for Kids luxury bus. Thank you for your generosity.
A decisive edge on the scoreboard after 40 minutes, but there's still plenty of hockey to be played as we get set for the start of the third period. Johnson wins the faceoff. Moved back. In over the line. Hit!
He got slammed into on that one.
Brings it out. Over the line. Checked. Hit! Quick puck movement. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Moved up. Over the blue line. He gets rocked by Erat. Moved across. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. In front. Johnson. Shoots quickly. Brings it out. Over the line. Wrist shot by Morrow. Brings it out. Nashville puts its third line out. Played across. Saved by Turco. Pad save. Out of their defensive end. Vokun moves out of the goal to play the puck. In over the line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets pushed by Hutchinson.
Great hustle.
Right in front. Big save by Vokun. He hangs on.
Jim, this is an emotional game, but right now the coach has to be feeling the heat for that missed call.
You can see right here the reason for this argument. The puck is about to be dropped. The faceoff goes to the Stars. One-timer! Vokun shut the door. Brings it out. Over the line. Fires hard. Leg save by Turco. He covers up. Nashville is playing a very disciplined game tonight.
Yeah, they're staying out of the box, and that's a key. You don't always give up goals on the penalty kill, but it takes a lot out of you.
And the faceoff is won by Legwand. Move back. Stoned by Turco. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Numminen in front. Vokun made the brilliant save. Brings it out. Run over. Legwand into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the line. Zubov gets knocked down. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Shove. Brings it out. Rink wide pass. Offside. About to drop the puck. Face-off won by Turgeon. With a blistering shot. Vokun turned it away. Knocked over. Crushed. Lettinen now with the puck. In over the line. Taken out.
He felt that one.
Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Boucher.
Stopped him dead in his tracks.
Over the line. Shot from the wing by Lettinen. Vokun reached out for the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Murray shoots! Shot is blocked by Corson. Sweeney hits him.
He really bounced his man with that hit.
Brings it out. In over the line. Vokun reached out for the puck. Brings it out. He gets checked by Morrow. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shove. In front. Vokun freezes the puck. The Predators are deadly on the power play.
Jim, you just can't take penalties against this team. Their power play is just too strong.
They really focus on the special teams, and it puts them over the top. They're getting ready for the faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Legwand. Brings it out. In over the line. Clem levels him. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Pushed off the puck. Checked. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Right in front. Huge save by Turco. In front. Leg save. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets leveled by Eaton. Vokun covers up. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Face-off won by Medano. Numminen corrals the puck. Turned aside by Vokun. Turned away. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Laid out. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets worked over by Numanen. Zubov brings it out. Over the blue line. Shove. Knocked down. Passed across. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Played over. York gives up the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets roughed up by Hutchinson. Moved ahead. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets muscled off the puck. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Taken out. Vokun covers up for the whistle. Now you talk about great defensemen in this league, and this guy really makes it all happen at the back end.
Jim, he's like a catalyst out there, consistently feeding forwards with breakout passes. And hey, I say he wouldn't hesitate to jump up in the rush.
And the faceoff is won by Barnes. Right in front. Sent flying. Vokun covers up. No goals yet for this guy, but he was instrumental in getting at least 1 point on the board.
Well, you do what you can. If you can't be the star, you can still help out your teammates.
Faceoff won by Johnson. Brings it out. Over the line. Taken out. Oliver brings it out. Over the blue line. Shove. In front. Shoots! Vokun made the leg save. Pad save. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Shove. Around the back. He gets out-muscled by Numanen. Brings it out. End to end. Quick shot by DeMaio. It's played up by Zidlichki. Brings it out. Over the line. Zubov pushes him. Turned over by Erat. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Numanen fires! Vokun makes the brilliant save. Johnson brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Cannonading drive. Boucher brings it out. In over the line.
1 minute left in the third period.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Hit. Delayed call. Johansson with a wrist shot. Boucher will serve time for interference.
And the referee has decided that's worth 2 minutes of his time.
And you can see the coach is having a word with the official about that last call. Nashville hasn't had any luck on the power play so far in this game, but they'll get a fourth chance here.
Well, they just need a few bounces to go their way. If they stick with it, the goals will come.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Brings it out. In over the line. Advances the puck. Turned away by Turco. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Flattened. In front. Checked. Zidlicki brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Big hit. Madano. Over the blue line. Taken out.
He won't forget that one.
Brings it out. In over the line. Hit. Timonen. Moved across. Out of their defensive end. This thing's over. Nashville won this game. 5-1 the final score. From the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, I'm Jim Hewson.
And I'm Craig Simpson. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
You